Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and blessings to the hopefully elect, 144,000 men pushing the truth and wholehearted sincerity across the four winds. It's the Akai Quab through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, back with another lesson. And Yahweh Ratazah is edifying. This lesson is about, the current times that we're in, as the MOTB, the M to the O to the T to the B approaches. This whole system has been set up just for that. Okay? It's going to come a choice where you're going to have to decide, what are you going to do? Are you going to bow down to the beast system, or are you going to be against it? Okay? So let's get the prophecy that's been fulfilled right before our eyes out of the Holy Scriptures. Okay? And this is one of the major prophecies that needs to happen before the return of Yahweh Shai. Okay? All right? This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and it had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them to dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And this is talking about the Holy Roman Empire that eventually came back into power. All right, that beast, worship that beast. That beast is. Hold on, let me continue. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Okay? So, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth. And this is talking about how they started dropping bombs in the First World War. How they started dropping bombs in Serbia to show that they had that type of power. All right. This first beast that was worshipped that was healed is the Holy Roman Empire rebirthed through the Renaissance all over again. Okay. All right. And let me continue. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. Okay, now make an image, that means live in the likeness of. All right, when you making an image, that means you're living in the likeness of a system. All right, when you're in the image of something, you're in the likeness of something. And what we're living in is the image of the Babylonian, Sodom and Gomorrah, the Egypt, all of these Babylonian and pagan and customs all boiled into one. And this is what you see today. You see phallic worship. You see God worship, multiple gods. You see baby sacrifices. You see pedophilia. You see homosexuality. All of these things are pushed by the left-hand side. And all of these things are pushed through negativity, not the negativity, but through the perverseness of the spirit that is in control of the earth right now. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. And when it says we lived in the image, we lived in a resemblance. We're living in the resemblance of the beast, the Holy Roman Empire all over again with their pagan ideologies. Multiple god worship, Zeus worship, Easter, Astaroth, Aphrodite, all of these gods that came before that was being worshipped in those ancient days. We're doing the same thing today. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, March, April, May, June, July. All of these names come from these Roman gods. Okay? And he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had been wounded by the sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast as to be killed. So when you're not going with this system, okay, when we decide not to go with this system, a lot of us are going to be put to death. All right. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their hand or in their foreheads. All right. And that's what we're seeing right now. Okay. We're seeing the system be set for something to be implemented where it's going to be digital. All right. It's going to be all digitized. All digitized. Okay. And that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay? 600, 3 times, and 6. So 666. All right? 666. That's what that is right there. All right? Okay, so when you think about that number, it's everywhere. It's been put in everything, secretly, subliminally, willingly, unwillingly. This number has been pushed by anybody that has any type of merchandise. All right? Because when you look at any barcode on anything that you have purchased, you see exactly that. Okay? You see the first 2 lines, the second 2 lines, and the third 2 lines. You see it. 2, 2, 2. And those numbers represent what? 6. Okay? So this system is the beast system. It is the image of the wickedness that was before us. All right? Okay? The image is not Caesar or Borgia. All right? The image is worshiping the same pagan customs and lifestyles that were from beforehand. Because if you read Genesis 1 and I think it's 26, where it says, let us make man in our image. The angels decided to make man in representation of them with order. So we're living in a resemblance of the angels. We're living in a resemblance of the things on heaven. So that means we were given order. We were given laws. We were made different than animals. Animals were given instinct. We were again given intuition, understanding, comprehension. Okay? To be able to speak and be able to comprehend, being able to sense, smell, taste, hear, talk, So we were made in the likeness of the angels, And how do you set up law? How do you set up order? Through law. All right. So we were made in the image of us. He said, let us make man in our image. All right. So just, I kind of ranted there, but I digress. So here, the point is that, all right, we're living in the revival of the whole pagan Babylonian system that was from beforehand. All right. Sodom and Gomorrah, they're declaring their sin as Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. They walk around with the alphabet crew with all of these different flags. Okay. Now you got maps. All right. Minor attracted persons. You got things that, this is not to incite evil. This is just to point things out, because they'll tell you, oh, you're speaking hate or this and that. This is not no hate. All right. First and foremost, the scriptures say hate evil and love good. Okay. But this is being pointed out of the things to come, the prophecies that are being fulfilled. All right. So let's go back to Revelation. All right. This is Revelation chapter 14. And uh, let's read start at 7. Okay, let me start at 6. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell unto the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying, you see, now that spirit has come into the earth to help the elect push this word into the four corners of the earth. All right, that this is what's been happening. Okay, this word has gone out into the four corners of the earth. All right, the prophets have spoken all of these things that were in this book. All right, for years. All right, saying with a loud voice, fear the Most High, give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment is come, and worship Him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. You see, and this is what the elect are doing. The hopeful elect. This is what Israel is doing. Come back into your law, statutes, commandments, Israel. Fear the Most High, who created all things, who created us and made all things in abundance for us. Okay? Fear all things. I mean, not fear all things. Fear the Heavenly Father who created all things. Okay? Which by His Son and the elect all things were created, but through Him and His wisdom and knowledge and understanding and His power were all things created. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Babylon is fallen. All right. And where is modern day Babylon? Modern day Babylon is America. Okay. And it is fallen, and it is going down. It's already been preset. All right. That it will fail, it will fall. Why? Because the scriptures are saying it. All right. How do we know that modern day America is Babylon? Because when you go into it's spiritually Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah, because it had slaves. It was built off of iniquity, and now all manners of evil and wicked things dwell in that land. And the customs that they were practiced in Babylon when Nimrod was in power, it's being revitalized. It's being all done all over again. So we understand that America is modern day Babylon and Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah. Why? Because they're actually a reflection of all of these places that we said. When you do research and look at the wickedness and the things and the Roman Empire, the Greeks and Republicans and all of, the Republicans and the Democrats, and it's the same things all over again from all of these empires. There's nothing new under the sun. We're not living in anything that is a new creation unto America. No, everything that has happened and the ways and the customs that America is living by have already happened in these pagan Babylonian empires. Okay, and what did America do? Just take all of the cesspool of wickedness and iniquity and combine it all into one. All right, and what does the word Babylon mean? The word Babylon means confusion through mixing. And that's just what America has done to the whole world. They have created confusion through the mixing of nations, through the mixing of genders, through the mixing of chemicals for water, for air, for food, merging things together, merging the flounder with tomatoes so they don't freeze. And all in what? In the name of profit, science, money, wealth, power. It's the same things. Nimrod wanted what? A one world government. He wanted all people to be under what? One government. It's just, and what are we seeing right now? The WEF creating a new world order, a one world government. You see? So America is modern day Babylon. America is modern day Egypt. We're just living in a different time, but the same shit, the same product. Okay? And verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and receive his image and worship the beast and his image, all right, his likeness, worship the ideologies and the things that go along with it, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. And when it says his forehead, is also accepting that in your mind, but also there is a thing that is being implemented right now where they want to they want to implement chips into your body to give you an augmented reality. Okay? And where does that, what is going to affect, what affects what you see in your mind state, your reality, your mind. So they have something created where they're going to connect it to your brain. All right? And that allows you to see things that other people can't see. Your reality, an augmented reality, my perception of life is based on what I see from my two eyes. All right. So if they're going to be able to augment your reality, that means they're putting something in your mind that will make you and your brain see what you wanted to see. And think about it for a second, whereas the richer, the people who are able to have more money have a different augmented reality, and then the ones who don't have so much money, you're going to be able to buy and upgrade your reality in a way that others can't. You think that Esau is going to not do this? You think that he doesn't have this already in his mind? There's still going to be a ruling class, and I assume that these chips are going to be able to, you're going to be able to allow other people to see what you see and block what they don't. You're going to be able to pop up apps and have everything to set the way that you want to. Okay? In their forehead or in their hand. And the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And that's talking about when the elect, the 144,000 men, get beamed out of here with Yahushua and those chariots, and we witness the destruction of this world. We witness the destruction of this kingdom. All right? Okay? And the point of the matter is that we don't want to be partakers in this. All right? I don't want to bow down to Esau for everything. May that Yahweh Ratazat, that is not my lot. To take the chip and to be a slave unto Esau. I would rather be a slave unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. I would rather to bow down to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. If he just see it fit to judge me with death, then so be it. That's his judgment, and it's righteous. That is his judgment. He knoweth all things. And if he decided for me to fail or to die at the hands of Esau for not wanting to take that chip, not wanting to be partakers of the same who shall drink the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of Yahushua, the Lamb. If I don't want to be a partaker in that, and I'd rather die at the hands of Esau, then, I'd rather be put to death. If that makes any sense. Lord willing, whatever happens. The lot is cast into the lap of the person. But neither here or there. The point that I want to do is bring this out that, there's a torment for taking this beast system, for being partakers of this beast system. There's death waiting for the ones who take this beast system. All right? And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark. Here is the patience of the faints. I said the faints. The saints, Salakia. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that kept the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Hamashiach Yahushua. All right? And that's simple. We're gonna be put in a position. This is the hour of temptation. This right here on what we're going into is gonna be a very perilous time for men of the Lord, for people of this earth. You're going to have to make a decision. Are you going to bow down to this system, or you're going to fight it? All right? But ultimately, the system is set. The plot has been set. All right? The stage has been set for this M to the O to the B to the T. M-O-B. M-O-T-B. Select it. All right? M-O-T-B. You know, you got to be careful how you say it because they try to block your videos. But nonetheless, the scene is set. The WEF is trying to, and now I saw an article just recently where it says that, you know, it's a valid solution to start chipping children. So, hey, if you, they can control what your children see, what they when they sleep, and what their brain has. You know, the electrodes, and Esau wants complete control. And when he thinks his belly is full and he finally exacted, that's when sudden destruction is going to come upon him. All right? When we are in a time of prophecies being fulfilled, we are in the time where these words of this book are jumping off the pages right before our eyes. All right? So with that, Yahweh Ratazah was the edifying lesson. Until next time, Shalom.